The rain was steady that afternoon, thin silver threads sliding down the glass of a quiet coffee shop on Fifth Avenue. Inside, the air smelled of roasted beans, cinnamon, and soft jazz hummed through the speakers. Ryan pushed the door open, shaking the rain from his jacket. His hair was damp, his shoes squeaked against the wooden floor. He had been in New York for just 3 days. A business trip that felt more like an escape from his routine life. He ordered his usual, black coffee, no sugar. Old habits die hard, he thought. As he waited, he glanced around, couples whispering. A man typing on his laptop, 2 teenagers laughing over milkshakes. And then his eyes stopped. At the far corner, near the window, sat a woman, lost in her book. Her hair fell softly over her shoulders. Light brown, glowing under the golden lights. For a moment, Ryan couldn't breathe. He knew that face. No, it can't be her, he thought. But when she looked up, everything inside him froze. It was her. Amelia. 10 years vanished in a heartbeat. All the noise faded, all the motion blurred, it was just her. The same girl he once loved and never confessed to. He whispered her name under his breath. Amelia. She blinked, surprised. Then her lips curved into a smile that hit him harder than any memory could. Ryan. She said, her voice carrying that same soft tone he could recognize anywhere. He smiled awkwardly. Hey, long time. Amelia stood up, still stunned. 10 years, Ryan. 10 years. Yeah, he said, his voice low. 10 years too long. They sat together. It was strange, how easily the years between them seemed to melt away. For a while, they just talked, about where life had taken them. Do you still write? She asked. He laughed. Not much these days. Work keeps me busy. You? She smiled. I teach. 3rd graders. They keep me alive, honestly. Her laughter filled the café, the same bright sound he had missed for a decade. Then, as she reached for her cup, he noticed something, a gold ring on her left hand. His heart sank. He didn't say anything. He didn't need to. The silence said enough. Amelia followed his eyes, then gave a small, shy smile. Yeah, she said softly. I got married 2 years ago. Ryan looked out the window. Lucky guy, he murmured. She looked at him, her eyes kind, but full of something heavy. He's good to me. He's gentle. We have a little girl, Sophie. She's 5. Ryan's lips curved in a faint smile. You always wanted a daughter. You even had a name picked out. She laughed quietly. Yeah. Guess some dreams do come true. He nodded. Some don't. She looked down at her cup. The silence between them grew thick, filled with all the words they never said. Ryan, she whispered, do you ever think about us? He smiled sadly. Every time it rains. Her eyes softened. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't moved away. If we had stayed in the same city. If you'd told me. I tried, he interrupted gently. You were leaving the next day. I stood outside your apartment with flowers, but I couldn't ring the bell. Guess I was too late even then. Amelia's eyes glistened. I wish you had. He chuckled softly. Maybe we just met too early, Amelia. Or maybe, she said, we just didn't know what we had until it was gone. Outside, the rain had slowed. The streets glowed under the neon lights, reflections dancing on the wet pavement. They finished their coffee, but neither wanted to leave. Finally, Amelia glanced at the time. I should go, she said softly. Sophie's waiting for me. Ryan nodded. Of course. They stepped outside together. The air smelled of rain and memories. For a long moment, they just stood there, neither wanting to say goodbye. So this is it, huh? Ryan said finally. Amelia smiled sadly. This is it. I'm happy for you, he said, even though a part of him was breaking. She reached out, touched his hand lightly, just for a second. Thank you, Ryan. You were You were my first real love. He smiled, his voice barely a whisper. And you were the one that never really left. Her eyes filled with tears. Goodbye, Ryan. Goodbye, Amelia. She turned and walked away, her footsteps fading into the crowd. Her figure slowly disappearing behind umbrellas and headlights. Ryan stood there until she was gone. Then he let out a deep breath. The kind that carries 10 years of memories in a single exhale. Years went by. Ryan never married. He said he was waiting for the right one, but deep down, he knew he already met her. One afternoon, he sat on a park bench, watching kids play. The sky was golden, and laughter filled the air. Then he saw a little girl running past him, brown curls bouncing. She laughed just like Amelia used to. And then he heard it, that same voice he thought he'd never hear again. Sophie. Slow down, sweetheart. He turned. It was her. Amelia. Older, maybe a little tired, but still radiant, still her. She looked at him, surprise flickering across her face, then a warm, soft smile. Ryan smiled back. No words. No pain. Just quiet peace. Amelia waved, he nodded. And in that moment, both of them understood, their story didn't need an ending. Because some people don't leave your life. They just move into your heart, and stay there, quietly, forever. Ryan watched her walk away with her daughter. The same warmth filled his chest again, not sorrow this time, but gratitude. He whispered under his breath, smiling. Goodbye, Amelia. Again. The wind carried his words away. And somewhere between the sound of laughter and the rustle of leaves, it almost felt like she heard him.